truth movement?
Sorry, now I'm ready.
Okay. There are lots of different hypotheses that are going on in the truth movement. Lots of different people, lots of different theories who all consider themselves truthers. Are there any, theories out there that you would say, that's not viable?
There's a whole bunch of people talking about crazy things that aren't backed up by the scientific evidence or the scientific method that we try to apply scrupulously to the evidence that we've gathered.
Mm-hmm.
There are other theories that we don't buy, you bet.
Such as?
Oh, there's somebody out there talking about directed energy weapons. There's somebody out there talking about mini nukes. We don't have evidence that stands up to scrutiny for either of those theories. There's people talking about all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Actually, that was one that Jesse Ventura actually recently came out with a thing about energy weapons, directed energy weapons, which I thought was strange for him. What do you think about that was just floated in the last 2 weeks or so? Although I'd heard something about that before.
About Jesse or about the theory of directed energy?
Yeah, directed energy weapon.
Well, the evidence of extreme temperatures in the molten metal in iron-rich macrospheres, the molten iron invading the grain boundaries of steel, as documented by FEMA, is all internally, and the nanoparticles of the chips of nanoparticle high-tech thermite, basically. This evidence is all internally consistent to support the hypothesis of explosive by a combination of explosives, including thermate, and nanothermite. The theory of directed energy weapons is a suggestion based on a very loose-knit set of observations of phenomena, most of which can be explained by the extreme high temperatures, by the explosive nature of the twin towers where these floors were pulverized, and where perimeter structural units weighing 4 tons are ejected laterally at 80 miles an hour, some of them up to 600 feet away. The directed energy weapons theory doesn't account for these kinds of phenomena. So
I've never heard of a directed energy weapon of any caliber.
Well, it's also technology we don't even have the information for to weigh it against.
Yeah. You don't have
and same for so-called fourth generation mini nukes. If they don't leave a radiation signature and we don't know anything about them, why are we going to bark up that tree when we have clear evidence for what the explosives that we do have?
But how do your ideas differ from David Raker? You said he was the one who got you started. But do you have a different tact, or do you have a different? Have you found flaws with his reasoning, or do you disagree with him on elements of the collapse?
No, I don't know of any disagreements I have with David Raker. He's written an excellent book on the subject of the mysterious destruction of World Trade Center Building 7. It is a very useful, informative source for architects and engineers, 1,500 items.
Have you read John McKay's?
Jonathan Kay?
Well, I'm going to get to Jonathan Kay.
All right. I don't know John McKay.
He did a response to Griffin's...
Mackey.
Mackey.
Ryan Mackey.
That's right. Have you read his response, his white paper?
No, but others have, and it's very thick, and I understand it's full of nonsense and manipulation that has been exposed very well by Jim Hoffman in the website 911research.com. He has answered all of those assertions. And Jim Hoffman's response has not been responded to by Ryan Mack. I don't have the time to look into every critique of ours, particularly when others have responded to that.
Yeah. Okay.
And by the way, there's a very specific response by us, which I did do relative or in response to the directed energy weapons theory of Judy Wood. That is on our website.
Professor, isn't she?
Yeah.
Do you know where she is?
I don't know if she's tied to the university anymore. I forget which. No, she has a degree in materials.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking of somebody else. Okay. So, since you've been a truth advocate, what have you gotten wrong?
I've made a number of mistakes that have been corrected by people who are very astute, some of which who are opponents of ours promoting the official story. So we have been self-correcting all along. And at this point, we're very tightly tuned and presenting only that which we know to be true.
Okay. Let's see. Now, the essence of science is that you put forward a thesis that is falsifiable potentially.
I don't know.
That you could potentially prove something wrong. Like this is tentative until something else comes along. And then I'll have to substitute my assertion for this new one that better fits the evidence. What would it take to dissuade you of controlled demolition?
Yeah. Well, someone would have to explain how a 47-story skyscraper with 40,000 tons of structural steel designed with a safety factor of 5 can lose all of its columnar support simultaneously across all 80 columns and fall at free fall, losing 400 structural steel connections per second over 6.5 seconds it took to fall. That someone would have to explain that. No one has. Someone would have to explain the production of several tons of molten iron. No one has. Someone would have to explain the production of small iron microspheres throughout the debris pile. Someone would have to explain the existence and documentation in a peer-reviewed paper of these nanothermite composite pyrotechnics or explosives. Someone would have to explain the near free-fall destruction of each of the Twin Towers in just a dozen seconds. The buildings being completely destroyed, their structural sections shattered into individual elements, and the disappearance of 90% of the contents inside of the buildings. The lack of floors stacked up, the explosive ejections of pulverized materials out of the side of the Twin Towers up to 60 stories below this zone of destruction.